It took me 10 years to learn this, but I'll teach you in under 30 minutes. If you've ever wondered what truly makes women tick, what they desire, what frustrates them, and what keeps them emotionally hooked, then stay locked in. Most men miss these hidden female weaknesses, and it costs them deeply. But if you master these, you'll build stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling connections with the women in your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch till the end, because the last tip will blow your mind. Let's dive in. 1. Desire to be chosen every day. It's easy to make a woman feel special in the beginning. Romantic dates, sweet messages, and compliments flow effortlessly. But here's the truth. Women don't just want to be loved at the start. They want to feel chosen every single day. A relationship isn't built on grand gestures alone. It thrives on consistency. When a woman feels like an afterthought, she starts questioning her worth in the relationship. She wonders if she's still attractive to you, if you still value her presence, or if she's just blending into the background of your life. Small actions make the biggest impact. A random thinking about you text, noticing the little things she does, or making time for her even when you're busy. These all reinforce that she still matters. It's not about material gifts. It's about emotional presence. One major mistake men make is assuming that once they won a woman's heart, their job is done. But the truth is, attraction fades when effort does. The same energy you use to win her is what will keep her. She doesn't need over-the-top romance every day. She just wants to feel like she's still the woman you admire, desire, and appreciate. When a woman feels chosen daily, she gives her best, loves harder, and stays emotionally connected. So, ask yourself, does she feel prioritized, or does she feel like she's just there? The answer to that determines the strength of your relationship. 2. Craving emotional security. A woman might appreciate financial stability, but what truly makes her feel safe in a relationship is emotional security. This means knowing without a doubt that she can trust you, your words, your actions, and your intentions. Women are naturally more emotionally driven than men. When they invest in a relationship, they're not just looking for fun or companionship. They want to feel secure. This security doesn't come from expensive gifts or lavish vacations. It comes from consistency, honesty, and loyalty. One of the biggest mistakes men make is underestimating how much emotional reassurance matters. A woman needs to know that you won't suddenly withdraw, become emotionally unavailable, or betray her trust. She notices how you handle difficult conversations, whether you listen when she's vulnerable, and if you're there when she needs you most. Lack of emotional security leads to anxiety in relationships. If she constantly has to guess how you feel about her, if your words don't match your actions, or she feels like she's walking on eggshells, she will eventually shut down. On the other hand, when a woman feels safe emotionally, she opens up, loves deeply, and trusts fully. She doesn't need perfection, just consistency. A simple, "I appreciate you," a hug when she's stressed, or standing by her during tough times can make all the difference. If you want a woman to stay, don't just provide for her. Protect her heart. 3. Needing to feel heard. One of the most common mistakes men make in relationships is assuming that when a woman shares a problem, she's looking for a solution. The truth is, most of the time, she just wants to be heard and understood. Women communicate to connect, not always to fix things. When she opens up about her day, her struggles, or her emotions, she's not necessarily asking you to solve them. She's asking you to listen. She wants to feel like her thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter to you. Active listening is key. That means putting down your phone, making eye contact, and truly engaging in the conversation. Simple responses like, "That sounds really tough," or "I understand why you feel that way," go a long way. They validate her emotions and make her feel safe expressing herself. On the other hand, dismissing her feelings, interrupting, or immediately jumping into fix-it mode can make her feel unheard and disconnected. She may start pulling away, not because she's mad, but because she feels emotionally alone in the relationship. When a woman feels heard, she feels loved. She trusts you more, opens up more, and deepens her emotional bond with you. It's not about agreeing with everything she says. It's about making her feel like her voice matters. So next time she talks, resist the urge to fix, just listen. Sometimes, that's all she really needs. 4. Emotional memory. Women may forgive, but they rarely forget emotionally charged moments, whether good or bad. Unlike men, who often move on quickly from emotional experiences, women tend to hold on to feelings associated with key moments in a relationship. This means that your words and actions carry more weight than you might realize. A careless remark, a broken promise, or a moment where she felt abandoned can linger in her mind for years. Even if she doesn't bring it up, it's stored in her emotional memory, shaping how she perceives you and the relationship. But the good news? Positive experiences leave just as deep an imprint. A heartfelt compliment, a thoughtful surprise, or the time you stood by her when she needed you most. These are the things she remembers and cherishes forever. Small, meaningful gestures build emotional trust, making her feel secure and valued. One mistake men make is assuming that past issues are over just because time has passed. If an emotional wound hasn't been properly addressed, it doesn't just disappear, it lingers. That's why unresolved conflicts often resurface later. The key to a strong, lasting relationship is being mindful of the emotional impact you have. Speak with intention, follow through on promises, and create more positive memories than negative ones. Because in the end, she won't remember every conversation you had, but she will always remember how you made her feel. Make sure those feelings are ones you want to hold on to. 5. Overthinking. Women have a natural tendency to overanalyze situations, reading between the lines and looking for hidden meanings, even when none exist. A simple text, a slight change in your tone, or an unusual delay in your response can make her wonder, did I do something wrong, or is he losing interest? This isn't because she wants to stress herself out. It's simply how her mind works. Women are wired to pay attention to details, and when something feels off, their thoughts start racing. If you suddenly act distant or inconsistent, she won't just brush it off like a man might. Instead, she'll replay past conversations, analyze your behavior, and create worst-case scenarios in her mind. The best way to ease her overthinking? Consistency and reassurance. If you say you'll call, call. If you care about her, show it, not just with words, but with actions. A quick, "Hey, just thinking about you," text or explaining a change in plans instead of going silent can prevent unnecessary worry. Another key is open communication. If something is bothering her, let her express it without dismissing her feelings. Saying, "You're just overthinking," or "Relax, it's not a big deal," won't help. It makes her feel unheard. Instead, acknowledge her feelings and reassure her with honesty. Overthinking isn't about being needy. It's about wanting clarity and security. When a woman feels safe and certain in a relationship, her mind quiets down. So, the next time she's stuck in her thoughts, don't get frustrated. Help her feel understood, and you'll strengthen the bond between you. 6. Soft spot for a protective man. Even the strongest, most independent woman has a deep, instinctive desire to feel safe with the man she loves. This doesn't mean she needs saving or that she can't take care of herself. It simply means she finds comfort in knowing that her partner has her back, no matter what. Protection isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. Of course, she wants to feel safe walking beside you at night, or knowing you'd stand up for her if needed. But more than that, she wants to feel emotionally protected, safe to be vulnerable, to express herself without judgment, and to know you won't betray her trust. One mistake men make is assuming that women only look for financial stability or strength in a traditional sense. In reality, the way you handle situations, stand by her side, and make her feel emotionally secure matters just as much, if not more. If she's upset, she wants to know that you'll comfort her, not dismiss her. If she's going through a tough time, she wants to feel like you're her teammate, not just an observer. Little things show your protective nature. Walking on the side closest to traffic, checking in on her when she's stressed, defending her when someone disrespects her, or simply making her feel secure in a relationship. A woman will always gravitate toward a man who makes her feel safe, not just from the outside world, but within the relationship itself. Because when a woman feels protected, she loves without holding back. 7. Attracted to small gestures. Many men think they need to pull off grand romantic gestures to impress a woman, expensive dates, extravagant gifts, or surprise vacations. While those things are nice, They're not what truly makes a woman feel loved. What she values most are the small, thoughtful actions that show you genuinely care. It's about remembering her favorite coffee order, sending a good morning text, or noticing when she's had a rough day and offering a simple hug. These little things reassure her that she's on your mind, not just occasionally, but in the everyday moments of life. Small gestures create emotional security. When you show up consistently in small ways, she feels seen, valued, and appreciated. You don't have to write her a love letter every day, but remembering something she said weeks ago and bringing it up in conversation will mean the world to her. It's also about effort over expense. A spontaneous compliment, holding her hand in public, or even fixing something in her home without being asked speaks louder than an overpriced gift. Women don't just hear love. They feel it through actions. On the flip side, when a man stops making small efforts, a woman starts feeling neglected. Over time, she may feel like she's just there rather than someone you truly cherish. So, don't underestimate the power of small gestures. They might seem insignificant to you, but to her, they are the moments that make her feel the most loved. 8. Hidden need for validation. Even the most confident, independent women have a hidden need for validation. She may seem like she has everything together, but deep down, she still craves reassurance, whether it's about her beauty, intelligence, or the role she plays in your life. This isn't about insecurity. It's about feeling seen and appreciated. A woman wants to know that her efforts, thoughts, and presence matter to you. She might not always ask for validation outright, but small words of affirmation can make a huge difference in how she feels about herself and the relationship. A simple "you look stunning today," or "I'm so lucky to have you," goes a long way. Telling her she's smart, capable, or that you admire something she did makes her feel value beyond just physical attraction. Many women silently wonder if their partner still finds them as attractive or interesting as when they first met. Your words reassure her that the answer is yes. However, validation must be genuine. Empty compliments or saying things just to please her won't have the same impact. Women can sense when words lack sincerity. Instead, be specific. Mention something unique about her outfit, a smart decision she made, or how she handled a tough situation. When a woman feels validated, she feels confident in the relationship. She doesn't seek attention elsewhere because she knows she's appreciated where she is. So don't assume she already knows how you feel. Remind her, it matters more than you think. 9. Silent treatment isn't always silent. When a woman goes quiet, it's rarely just silence. More often than not, it's a sign that something is wrong. She's hurt, frustrated, or waiting to see if you care enough to notice. Many men assume that if a woman isn't talking, she just needs space. While this can be true in some cases, silence is often her way of communicating without words. If she suddenly becomes distant, responds with one-word answers, or stops engaging in conversations like she used to, pay attention. She might be processing emotions, feeling unappreciated, or waiting to see if you'll take the initiative to address what's wrong. One of the worst things you can do in this situation is ignore it. If she's pulling away emotionally, she's testing, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that seeks reassurance. She wants to know, do you care enough to check in? Do my feelings matter to you? Instead of brushing off her silence, approach her with care. Say something like, I've noticed you've been quiet. Is something on your mind? This small effort lets her know you're paying attention and willing to listen. However, be patient. If she's upset, she may not open up immediately. The key is consistency. Show her that her feelings are safe with you. A woman's silence speaks volumes. The question is, are you listening? 10. Mood swings aren't always personal. One moment she's happy, the next she's irritated or withdrawn. Many men struggle to understand this emotional shift, often assuming they did something wrong. But here's the truth. Not every mood swing is about you. Women's emotions are influenced by many factors: hormonal changes, stress, exhaustion, or even subconscious worries. She might be dealing with work pressure, family issues, or simply having an off day. Just like men have moments of frustration or silence, women experience emotional fluctuations too. The key difference? They often express it more openly. The worst thing you can do is get defensive or frustrated. Saying things like, "Why are you acting like this?" or "You're being dramatic," will only make her feel misunderstood. Instead, practice patience. If she's upset, support her instead of trying to fix her mood. A simple, "I'm here if you need to talk," or "I know today has been tough. Do you want some space or a hug?" can make a huge difference. At times, she may not even understand why she feels off. And that's okay. What she needs most is emotional stability from you. When she sees that you don't get easily shaken by her ups and downs, she feels safe. Over time, this trust deepens, and she learns to regulate her emotions better around you. So, when she's having a rough moment, remember, it's not always about you. Just be there for her, and she'll appreciate it more than you know. 11. Testing boundaries. At some point, every woman will test boundaries in a relationship. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about seeking reassurance and understanding your level of investment. Women do this subconsciously to gauge how much you truly care. She might challenge your opinions, make a bold statement, or push a little to see if you'll stand firm. It's not because she wants to control you. It's because she wants to know who you are, what you stand for, and whether she can trust you to be stable and consistent. For example, she might question how much effort you're putting into the relationship. Would you still put in this effort if I didn't remind you? Would you fight for me if things got tough? If I set this boundary, will you respect it? How you respond matters. If you constantly fold under pressure, avoid difficult conversations, or get defensive, she may feel like she can't fully rely on you. On the other hand, if you handle these moments with calmness, confidence, and emotional security, she'll respect and trust you more. The key isn't to fight or argue. It's to stand firm in who you are while also showing her that you care. If she's pushing, ask yourself, is she feeling uncertain about something? Does she just need reassurance? A simple "I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere" can be more powerful than you think. Women test boundaries to feel safe. Pass the test by being consistent, patient, and secure, and she'll feel even closer to you. 12. Tears are not always weakness. Many men struggle with how to react when a woman cries. It can be uncomfortable, confusing, or even frustrating, especially if there's no clear way to fix the situation. But here's what you need to understand. Tears are not always a sign of weakness. For many women, crying is emotional release. It's how they process stress, frustration, sadness, or even overwhelming joy. While men are often conditioned to suppress emotions, women are more likely to express them openly. Crying doesn't mean she's fragile or that she wants you to solve the problem. It just means she's feeling something deeply. The biggest mistake men make is either trying to shut it down or walking away. Saying "stop crying" or "it's not a big deal" can make her feel invalidated, as if her emotions are inconvenient. Instead, be present. Sometimes, all she needs is a quiet hug, a reassuring touch, or a simple "I'm here for you." It's also important to know that tears don't always mean she's upset with you. She might be crying because of stress, exhaustion, or bottled up emotions from something completely unrelated. Instead of panicking or assuming the worst, gently ask, "Do you want to talk about it?" If she says no, respect that, but let her know you're there when she's ready. A woman feels safest with a man who doesn't run from her emotions. When you show that you can handle her vulnerability, she trusts you even more. And trust is what builds the deepest connections. 13. Being drawn to confidence, not arrogance. Confidence is one of the most attractive traits a man can have, but there's a fine line between self-assurance and arrogance. Women are naturally drawn to a man who knows his worth, stands firm in his beliefs, and carries himself with quiet strength. What they don't find appealing is a man who constantly brags, puts others down, or needs validation to feel important. True confidence isn't about showing off. It's about being secure in who you are. A confident man doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. He moves with purpose, speaks with certainty, and doesn't let insecurities dictate his actions. This kind of energy naturally makes a woman feel safe, respected, and intrigued. Arrogance, on the other hand, is rooted in insecurity. A man who constantly talks about his achievements, dismisses other people's opinions, or acts like he's above everyone else may think he's displaying confidence, But in reality, it's a turnoff. Women can sense when a man is overcompensating. What women truly want is a mix of strength and humility. A man who can stand up for himself, take charge when needed, but also admit when he's wrong and treat others with respect. Someone who can lead, but doesn't need to control. The key takeaway? Confidence is quiet. Arrogance is loud. If you want to attract and keep a woman's respect, be the man who doesn't just talk about his value, but proves it through his actions. 14. Subtle jealousy. Women are highly intuitive, especially when it comes to shifts in your attention. Even a small change, being less responsive, showing interest in someone else, or acting distant, can spark feelings of insecurity or jealousy. It's not about being possessive. It's about feeling valued and secure in the relationship. Unlike men, who often express jealousy in obvious ways, women's jealousy tends to be more subtle. She may not come out and say it, but you'll notice small signs. She becomes quieter, slightly irritated, or starts asking indirect questions like, "Who was that?" Or, "You've been on your phone a lot lately." Jealousy isn't always a bad thing. In small doses, it can be a sign that she cares. However, if ignored, it can turn into deeper insecurity. If she starts feeling like she has to compete for your attention, she may begin pulling away emotionally or worse, shutting down altogether. The best way to handle this? Reassurance. If she's feeling uneasy, don't dismiss her feelings or act like she's being irrational. Instead, show her, through your actions, that she has nothing to worry about. A simple, "You're the only one I want," or making an effort to give her the attention she craves can put her mind at ease. At the core, women don't want to control you. They just want to feel secure in your affection. So, if you notice subtle jealousy creeping in, don't get defensive. Just remind her that she still holds your attention. It makes all the difference. 15. Disguise independence. Strong. Independent women often seem like they have everything under control. They handle their careers, finances, and emotions with confidence. But here's what many men don't realize. Even the most self-sufficient woman still craves love, care, and emotional support. She may not always say it outright, but she definitely feels it. Independence is not the absence of need. It's the ability to function alone while still desiring connection. Many women have been conditioned to appear strong, either due to past experiences or societal expectations. They might hesitate to express their emotional needs because they fear being seen as weak or too much. This is why they value a man who can see beyond their strength. She may not always ask for help, but she'll appreciate the small gestures, the thoughtful check-ins, the protective hand on her back, the comforting words when she's overwhelmed. When she's had a long day, she doesn't need solutions. She needs a space where she can let down her guard without judgment. The mistake many men make is assuming that because she's independent, she doesn't need reassurance, affection, or acts of care. In reality, she longs for a partner who supports her emotionally while respecting her strength. A simple "I've got you" or an unexpected act of kindness can mean more to her than you know. At the end of the day, independence doesn't mean she wants to be alone. It just means she needs a love strong enough to complement, not control, her.